We are here less than 48 hours away from the Cleveland Browns kicking off against the Dallas Cowboys. We got something to talk about. There's lots of different things that have been going around in my head. And one of the things that sticks out the most is the Browns are battling for more than just a win on Saturday, or excuse me, Sunday. They're fighting for respect overall. And I'm not just talking about respect outside in the national media. I'm not talking about respect inside with the local media. I'm talking about in general as an organization. And we'll drill down on that coming up next. It's G. Bush getting you ready in the last episode before Sunday's game on the Ultimate Browns. Welcome to the fastest 30 minutes in all of sports, and we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here 48 hours until we kick off against the Dallas Cowboys, and we got to get you ready to go. Right now, we're going to get you ready to go and get fired up for this game because I think a lot of people are sleepwalking through this situation. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to get to it when we talk about this game. It is a very tough thing to talk about at left tackle. We have some reporting from Mary Kay Cabot on Jed Wills. It looks like Jed Wills is going to be out. Jack Conklin is questionable. We'll talk about what that means for the Cleveland Browns with 48 hours left to go before this game kicks off against the Cowboys. Deshaun Watson playing with a heavy heart. There's reports out there that he had a loss in his family. We'll kind of talk about that and how that plays into the game and what are your thoughts and some of the things that go into that. And anytime you lose someone very close to you, especially a couple of hours before that you play a very big pivotal game in your career, we'll kind of talk about that, what that means for Deshaun Watson and touch down on that a little bit. But first and foremost, what I wanted to do in this episode is I wanted to just talk to the real Browns fans. I wanted to get I wanted to see if I can get a consensus on something because, usually sometimes when I'm talking about certain things as a Browns fan, as a person who covers the team, there's a lot of times where I feel like in my mind and my emotions, it kind of links with other people in the way they talking about it as well. And so when I look at this game, I just want to link and touch base with y'all and see where y'all at with it. Because for me, to me, I think right now the whole industry is upside down. I think there's a lot of things out of whack, and I need to just touch base with the real. I need to touch base with the real fans out here and talk that talk. So with that being said, man, this has been very I would say the last 3 years for me. A lot of people don't even know, and then probably as Browns fans too, it's been very trying. Because in our Browns fan base, right? I've always talked about this a little bit. When you start losing is something that permeates your entire soul. Losing permeates everything that is about you. It permeates the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you analyze things, the way you just go about life in general. Losing deteriorates the fabric of who you are, And so for so long, I believed and when I got into this industry, I believed that, things were a little different than what they are. But I've been here a while, 14, 15 years. And I realized that losing has deteriorated the morale, the thought process, the analysis of everything that goes into the Cleveland Browns. For the last 3 years, I've been hit with, and Browns fans have been hit with the most ridiculous doom and gloom, woe is meism. The shoe is always about to fall. Let me tell you about the dumpster fire. And it's become a competition of people who want to tell you how bad the Cleveland Browns are. And for a person that has grown up and watched the Cleveland Browns and done this on a regular, consistent basis, it erodes at you. It's like you come to work and you have to put off or Teflon on just to be able to come in and talk objectively about the Cleveland Browns, because everyone brings their emotional baggage to the table, whether they like the quarterback or not, whether the Browns lost in a red right 88, or whether or not they don't like the coach. It just seems like everybody brings this cloud with them. And you know how rain clouds get. They conglomerate around one another. They clump with one another. And they just continue to go on and on and on. And every single time you get ready to talk about the Cleveland Browns, you can't talk about the Cleveland Browns without bringing that emotional negative baggage with you. And for the last 3 years, it's almost as if you can't even root for your team. You can't even be objective about it, right? And so when we look at this game, and I look at the Dallas Cowboys game, the Browns have been maligned. The Browns have been downtrodden. But one thing that I always use, I turn everything into motivation. The same energy that they gave us is the same energy you got to go in with. What does that mean? For 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 months, I done sat here and heard, well, it's all about this. It's about the quarterback. It's about this. Maybe if we do this, do they need to get off to a good start? I don't know, G. Bush. Is Myles Garrett good enough? Jerry Jeudy, should have gave him the money. I need that same energy, because now that we're on the doorstep to get where we need to go and talk to the Dallas Cowboys, there's no turning back now. I don't want to see nobody plea bargain. I don't want to see nobody going back to nothing. This is a very important game. It's a big game, and it's a game that we should be amped up and ready to take the challenge for. See, it's a lot of times I be listening to Cleveland Brown people in Cleveland. They like to say a lot of stuff in cliches around here. They like to say, oh, Cleveland is so tough. I don't see no mentally tough people. I don't see it. When I'm talking about the teams, you talk Cleveland. Our teams are a reflection of who we are. Every time I turn on the radio, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. I sit up there. If you think the Cowboys going to win this game, that's fine with you. You give me a reason why you think the Cowboys going to win. But you go ask media member after media member after media member after media member. They tell me CeeDee Lamb going to get 14, 16 catches. They tell me we got the defensive player of the year, and all we hear about is Micah Parsons. I know Micah Parsons is good, but he don't got the trophy. And now all of a sudden, we done heard why the Browns ain't gonna be no good for 6 months. I need to hold people accountable, because when we go out there and do what we need to do, I will hold you accountable. I'm going to be obnoxious. Don't say for 6 months you didn't expect the Browns to do nothing and why you got every doubt in the room. But when they put them numbers up, you're going to say, well, always know they did. It doesn't work that way. We talked about it a little bit earlier right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. And I told him, I said, listen, no. Keep it real. Stamp it, put it down, and let's talk about it. And we're not going to sit up here and don't get to the gates and turn around now, because all off season we wanted to know. We got to see what Deshaun talking about. We got to know do we need to get it off to a good start? Deshaun, hey man, we look at the teams in the AFC North. Now we here. You on national TV. This is a game, and trust me, you guys have been Browns fans just as not longer than me. How many games do the Browns get an opportunity to be on a primetime game at 425? To me, this is signifying that our red shirt year is over. We are now off probation. They said, okay, you can officially like the Browns now. We've let you guys come back from the Deshaun Watson cloud. We can put you on TV now and talk about you. And on top of that, we're going to let Tom Brady get out here and tell what he knows, the greatest of all time, show what he know about. Because guess what? That means a lot. So for me, it's the America's team, it's the Cowboys, it's the Cleveland Browns. And by the way, this is the year that we've been waiting for, because guess what? We were promised this. It was a prophecy that a quarterback was going to lead us to the promised land, and it turned out not to be the right prophecy. We was all happy over OBJ. We was happy over Jarvis Landry. That seems like 35 years ago. Now we had to look our wounds. We built it right back up to a point where we're here today, And now guess what? We back here talking about the same expectations. Now, let's see if somebody can get it done. Because the quarterbacks I looked at yesterday, I'll take a game like that if we win or lose, right? Because I can win with that. I'm just trying to see what the energy is.
I like that.
It's all about the energy. And right now, the Cleveland Browns don't need to have an ask mentality and ask energy. It needs to be a take energy. It is time for the Cleveland Browns to take back respect. And I'm not talking about national respect. I'm talking about local respect. I'm talking about all respects in general. I'm tired of sitting up there praising these other teams. I'm tired of finding great things to say about these other teams, but then I got to parse my words every 5 to 6 seconds when I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns. Like we don't got ball players. Like we didn't make the playoffs with bums last year. I didn't sit up here for 6 weeks, 6 months, hanging up here talking on a panel every single day, and these people will sit up here and act like you just didn't go to the playoffs with backups. Did I just imagine that? We went there with backups, people, but we sit here and we carry water for every other no-name middle-of-the-road team in the world. Every no-name middle-of-the-road team, we find out, I think I love the Chargers because they have Harbaugh in his khakis. What? Like, how is that possible? When you got guys that are consistently putting up numbers, you said you got a coach of the year 2 times in a row. You got Myles Garrett. You got one of the best defenses in the world. You at home, but we begging and pleading to get people to even say, oh, I don't know, I'm scared, I haven't seen his offense. This is crazy. When Lamar Jackson and nobody and them didn't play and they came out there and looked solid and was doing their thing, we clapped it up for them. But we moved the goalpost for the Browns every single week. We moved the goalpost. We continue to move the goalpost. We'll move them again. But I'll be happy when we get it together. Because you know what? When them goalposts, when you try to move them, when that 300 yards come in that win, I don't want to hear nothing. Don't sit up there and act like you're excited. You're not excited. Don't act like you're excited that the Browns won when for 7 to 8 months, all we talked about is why you don't think they're good enough. See, the real reward comes to the cats that's in here that's real and is holding it down. For the people that believed when it was nothing to believe in. For the people that's like, listen, man, I need to talk about why I think the Browns are going to be great, not about why they won't be good or what the consequences are. I'm tired of talking about if it doesn't work this year, what kind of stuff is that? Take that if it don't work this year to the Buffalo Bills. Take that stuff to Cincinnati. Take that stuff down to Pittsburgh. But it's time right now to go earn respect. Because to be truthful, there's a lot of y'all cats that's in brown clothing that don't respect the Browns. Let's just keep it real. You just happy you just too far away from Cincinnati to root for the Bengals because they don't come on TV. It's a lot of dudes that be turncoats that be sitting in these comment sections, hanging out, figuring out, hey, listen, I listen, when the Browns take these L's this year, I'm going to be able to do these victory laps. No, we're going to hold them accountable. Because when we play this game against the Dallas Cowboys coming up, we got an opportunity. For every time there's a major opportunity in life, and the bigger the mountain, the more success. I wouldn't have it no other way. Bring Micah Parsons in here. I like to see Dak Prescott. Come on in here, CD Lamb. Listen, let's get it going. Because guess what? If I could get a win against them, if I go in and show up and show out against these cats, then guess what? You got to crown me. You got to crown me now. And I don't want to hear nobody talking about, well, the Cowboys really gave the game away. It was really more of a Cowboys loss than a Browns win. I don't want to hear none of that. Like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not about to do that. Because people always be moving and jumping and shifting. I didn't really say that, but I did say this, and I thought it was going to be, but I always thought, no one always thought, and nobody always knew. It's time for the Browns to go out and take something for once. I'm trying to hold everybody accountable with this play on the field. Don't tell me you knew Myles Garrett was going to get his money off, but you always talk about TJ Watt. Don't tell me Deshaun Watson. Listen, we're going to come out here, and I need them to have that attitude to take it. No one's going to give it to you, bro. No one's going to give it to you. Not even in your own backyard, they don't give it to you. They have not, and trust me, I'm here. Don't listen to that. I'll be in the circles. They don't give you no respect like that. They don't. They'll sit up here and praise the Guardians, and no disrespect to the Guardians of what they do. I like them over there. But they'll find minor league players to rub their shoulders on and yet and still tell you Myles Garrett don't get enough sacks in December. What kind of buffoonery is that? Huh? What? You telling me you ain't got Amari Cooper on the other side that you done seen him get almost 300 yards in a game? But that don't mean nothing. Right? That don't mean nothing. It's time for us to weed these cats out. You know how you weed people out? You expose them. You know how you expose them? You go play. That's what you got to do. It don't matter what I say or they say or anybody. You got to go out there and play and then stand on what you got to stand on. Yes, a lot of y'all in here didn't think we was going to talk about nothing, but we came here and beat the brakes off the Cowboys. How dare you pick us to lose at home? Don't you know we got the #1 defense in the game? How dare you? And I hope y'all players hear this too. I hope you hear it. Y'all better stop playing that modest role and go out and take what you want. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. I don't know. No, sometimes you got to show up and tell people you not me. This is what I do for a living. You don't work harder than me. You don't dance better than me. You ain't as tall as me. You don't smell like me. You don't put the work in like I do. See, sometimes you got to let people know, because the people that be always running around here acting shy don't get nothing in life. The people that shy and asking and begging, they don't go to the playoffs. The people who get that trophy, they take the trophy and say, this is mine. Let's roll. If you don't like how I'm rolling with it, leave us alone then. And it's time to get that opportunity. That payback is right there. I know y'all don't like the way it felt when the Texans put that work on y'all last year. I was salty too. But now it's an opportunity to come back and prove that not only that wasn't what you stood for, but we done took it to the next level. We done kicked it up a notch. We ain't just the same old, same old. Don't act like Myles Garrett can't get another one. He could get another Defensive Player of the Year award. But I'm tired of people in Cleveland crying. Y'all need to act like our ancestors was, because it's a whole generation of people that's soft batch cookies now. You living off that old reputation. It's a lot of cats living off that old Cleveland Brown, that old dog pound. There's a lot of people that done got they dog badges taken. Always out here crying and whining and sucking up to the national media, talking about why we ain't no good and I'm just being objective. No, you being soft. Represent where you from and stop acting like where you ain't. It's game time, and we telling us why we ain't gonna be no good. Let's get it done. I want the Cowboys to come up in here. I want all the smoke. That's what I want. It's 112 people in here. It's 112 real ones in here. I want to see what y'all talking about. If y'all ready to go get this win against the Cowboys, let's do it. If you tuned into this channel and you was just trying to come get that fair weather analysis, this ain't where you were supposed to be at. I only want the real ones in here. I want the ones who think that we gonna go out there and get a dub. If you half stepping, the door is right over there. Trust me. Trust me. This path is long and hard in here. It's been like that. But it's time out for y'all cats. Y'all living off your grandfather's resumes. They worked in coal factories. They worked in steel factories. You do telemarketing. You wake up and answer. Ain't nothing wrong with telemarketing. I used to do that myself. But you wake up, you ain't did no hard work. We're hard working town. No, you're not. You be melting and crying every time you see the Steelers and sucking up to the Ravens. Stop telling me about the Ravens when the Browns is cooking. Let me see what we got here, man. What we talking about? What we talking about? My gosh, man. I can't even, listen, I can't even talk my squad for 6-7 months because we got these dumb topics. And we 48 hours away from going to get it. And we sitting around here with this regular talk. This ain't what sports talk is. It can't be. Man, shout out, man. James Cosby, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm not just saying this because I'm just trying to come on here and rile you up or something, man. I really be sitting here like listening to this stuff for months on end, and I'm like, we didn't go to the playoffs. We have no 8-1 record at home. We didn't have the defensive player of the year, the coach of the year. We didn't. That team didn't show you what they was about last year when getting guys off the road, off the street, and still going to the playoffs. But that don't mean nothing to y'all. What is you in it for? That don't mean nothing to you. See, it's something to be said. See, I'm sorry. Listen, I done played in the trenches. I done that before. And I'm going to tell you what, when you put your body on the line and you go into a common goal with people, like-minded individuals, you got a thing called passion in you. And a lot of this stuff up here is talk. I can't stand it sometimes. That's why I come on here and talk that real stuff. Sometimes you got to go do a solo show so you can get your money off, so you can tell it like it really is. And that's how it is. We plan on going over here to Dallas right here. Dallas gonna come in here in the same way everybody picked the Browns to lose to the 49ers last year with PJ Walker. Who said they was gonna win? Who? With PJ Walker. When Flacco came into the game, I don't want Flacco. Like, we go with DCR. When I brought Flacco in, guess what? I say, bring Flacco in. I'm 300. Gee, I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid. That's nobody's voice specific. That's just my regular voice. I wasn't mocking nobody. But I appreciate you. I'm going to get to as many of these as can, right? This is for the real people. I got a format here. I might just go 2-3 hours. I don't even know. I ain't going to do all that. But I want to see y'all, what y'all in here. Because I had to get that out because as frustrated as I am, I know y'all frustrated. Every time you turn something on, you trying to turn to get information on your squad, you can't even get it. You can't even get it. Everything's boiled down to whether Deshaun Watson is wearing purple underwear or blue underwear. It's crazy. We can't talk about the run game, the pass game. We can't talk about the defense, none of that. It's all about, no, it's not, bro. It is not. That ain't the game I played and ain't the game that I love. Football is more than one individual and storylines and narratives and fantasy football. It's not. We do it every single day. And it's every format because I'm on every format. On the internet, on the radio, on the TV, on Twitter. It's the same. On YouTube, it's the same. I'm like, what? All right. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all's money off. Woo! Thank you. G. Bush, give us the truth. Browns are gonna win, baby. G. Bush, look, I'm calling it. Cooper scores, Ford scores, Judy scores, Joker scores. Browns win 28-24. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Most fans want all the Browns fans to be at 1 p.m. every Sunday and win the Super Bowl. If they at 1 p.m., I'll take it. Thank you. I don't know why the Jets and Chargers are getting so much hype. You know what? There's a time and place for all this stuff, right? It is a time and place for it, talking and grubbing. Like, if you from New York or whatever, or how it is, but I'm not. The problem I got is I'm not going to do mental gymnastics to make it seem like the Browns aren't good, but then somehow do them same backflips and mental gymnastics to say that Harbaugh and his khakis is better than come on, bro. This is wild. Like, it's almost like this slant where it's like, come on. Ain't no world is the Jets and the Chargers killing the Browns like that. And we got dudes that cover it every single day. We got people that's in the game, that's here, that live in the city limits. And that's just what we got. Man, some YouTube Browns have self-hate. Man, it's crazy because back in the day, man, we used to have pride. Like, we used to have pride for, you couldn't just come up nowhere and just start slandering the Browns. That wouldn't, it was rules of engagement back in the day, fellas. It wasn't. Well, in the 80s, that's why when Bernie come on the show and start talking that real talk, it'd be like, listen, back then you couldn't, it was rules. You couldn't just be up here talking reckless about Mac and Biner and them. Like, it wasn't no thing where I'm just say Denver about to win. That ain't it. That ain't it. Listen, thank you. I appreciate you, man. G, you letting them get that off unchecked all the time, big homie. No, here's the thing. No, it ain't unchecked. You know why? Because I just spent a whole half hour dang near talking about it. That ain't unchecked. This video goes out to all the people. Sometimes you got to say it, and if everybody don't hear it, that's fine. Guess what? It's right up here on the internet. And by the way, don't nobody talk like this. You name me one person. Listen, if I wanted to just be corny and I just wanted to be one of them dudes that just like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to follow the line. Ain't nobody in the game talk spicy like this. Nobody. It's just not it. Bro, do you even look and see where these player props ended and what the lines were set at? If you gamble, you would laugh when the lines are set perfect. I think he was talking to somebody. I don't know if it was G Bush on everybody's head. We listen. We just going in. We going in. Let's go. A victory Sunday. Let's go. Carson Ryan. I cannot wait for UCSS. One way or not, it's going to be fireworks. One way or not, like, it's going to be fireworks Monday. I'm just going to let you know that right now. Because if we, listen, please, hey, y'all going to be watching the game, right? And for every score that the Browns get, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, that's the Kool-Aid meter. That's the Kool-Aid meter. Oh my gosh, G. Bush about to go crazy. Oh, it's about to happen. They about to happen. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm sick and tired of listening to these know nothing talking about the team doesn't look good or we haven't had enough in preseason. The coaches saw enough, and that's good enough for me. Look, I always tell people like this, Jeremy. This is the easiest way you can decipher, right? So when you be in practice, right, they usually tell you before you go to practice, this is our objective. This is what we're going to run. We're going to run short slant routes on cover 2. And if there's a deep route available, we don't even care if you throw it over there. We want to concentrate on throwing short routes on cover 2. So you go out to practice, and what do? You throw short routes on cover 2. Then you get people on the sidelines who don't know the call, who don't know what you was told in the pregame in the office, what the coaches said, don't even know what the route combination was supposed to be, and don't even know if it was cover 2, cover 1, cover 3, or cover 4. But they tell you that the Browns can no longer throw deep, and they only throw short routes because Deshaun Watson's arm hurt. What are you talking about? What? No, that's not what it is, fellas. And the problem is, I understand that if you say it louder and you say it enough, it sticks. So pretty much people are like, if I can't watch the practice, if I'm not out there, then guess what? It must be true then, right? There he is. G looking like the Undertaker. Hey, man, shout out to you guys, man. B-Dog 21, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you guys supporting over here. G, I'm all ready for the Deshaun Watson to shut everybody up. They're going to look real stupid when they have to acknowledge Deshaun Watson is playing at elite level again. And for me, my thing is, I just want them, I want them to and this is the overall critique. You know, sometimes I understand that when you breaking the game down and when you do there's a lot of theater or theatrics or it's entertainment. People watch you for entertainment. They don't necessarily watch you to tell you what you're going to do on jet zoom left 38 gap. Like they don't watch that. People aren't invested at that high level. But the one problem that I have though is, man, we can't just everything about football is not a quarterback. It's a very important position. But I think we do fan bases disservices when we boil down and cook down microwave commentary based only on quarterbacks. Like, we don't talk about the other facets of the game. We don't talk about, what do the Browns need to, if you say Deshaun Watson ain't going to be good, right? That's fine. That's your opinion. But tell me how Deshaun Watson can go about maximizing his ability against the Cowboys. What does Deshaun Watson need to do in order to get to and to be successful? What does Kevin Stefanski need to do in his play calling? What plays would you run? What personnel groupings would you have? All of those things, right? Those are the things that I think people would want to hear rather than just saying, hey, it's all about Deshaun Watson. If he's good, we're good. If he's bad, he was bad. I just don't. It's tough. It's tough to boil the game down to me like that, man. B-Dog, B-Dog, thank you so much again for a super chat, $1.99. Thanks, like Bernie said, just win. That's it. And that's why I think it's valuable to have Bernie on. I think it's valuable because he brings a insight to the table, and just brings a level of I've been there, done that. Let me tell you what's really going on. Exactly. Football is not a single player sport. Let's see. Let's go. See, this is why we're good and bad, right? He says, you're corny though. You can't have an honest opinion of Watson if your life's dependent on it. You defend him when he's proven nothing. Again, if you've watched my show, if you watched it a long time, one thing is you have to be a genius, right? My premise has always been Deshaun Watson has not played up to the level that we've seen him in Houston. My premise has always been that Deshaun Watson will tell you he has to play better. My whole premise of the situation with Deshaun Watson is you are Nostradamus if you think that you can gauge in 11 football games whether or not he is a good player or not. It's just not possible. 6 of those games came after not playing for a year and a half. He played 6-7 games last year, played 6 games last year, missed the whole season. So Beanie, no, I'm not corny. I'm just telling you what it is. I've given you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 other players who've played way more football than Deshaun Watson. But we've decided that 11 is good enough for Deshaun Watson, and I can make a informed, consistent opinion about his play in 11 games. Not possible. That's where I'm consistent with. And I've been real about that from Jump Street. Let's keep it moving. I got another super chat in here. Let's see. CTG Cement says, I'm obsessive with watching the Browns tape to unhealthy levels. I may need a psychiatrist. I've watched all 22 in the Ravens on week 10 at least 16 times through. That's what I like to see. That's an informed fan. I love that because I've watched, I've seen every single play for the Cleveland Browns 4 times. Every single play. I've watched all 22. And so those are the things that, because you love football, those are things that you just naturally do. Now, I'm not saying that you got to be a great analyst, that you have to do all of that stuff and watch it that many times. But I do think that you should have some sort of handle on what it is. Let me see. Let's see. I'm missing one super. Here we go. Vigilant Hawk. Appreciate the super chat, $4.99. Thank you so much. They need to pull their skirt down, B. Deshaun Watson stays healthy, will be solid. I think so too. I think so too. 147 people in here. Hit that like button. We went off schedule a little bit, but I wanted to get most comments in here as well. Throughout the podcast, we coming up in the next segment. We're going to talk a little bit about Deshaun Watson a little more. He's playing with a heavy heart. Reports are that his father passed away. We'll talk about what that means and how the team will form around him when you do have adversity like that. And I want to let you guys know too. You let me know how the Browns go about winning this football game. I want to take the best comments. I want you to guys tell me how it is the Browns go about winning this football game. Don't get it twisted. The Cowboys are a great team. What is the game plan for you? What does it look like? And we'll do the final score and do shout outs to you guys as well coming up here in the next segment. But first, we'll get back to it. Let's talk about my good people over at Game Time. We'll come back and do that right here on the Ultimate Browns. Yes. My good people at Game Time. I loved attending the Cavs playoffs in 2016. I'm looking forward to seeing the Guardians, who are in first place. Shout out to them on a little hot streak. This fall during a pennant race, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. The best part about it, you get the panoramic view from your seats in the app before you buy it. Lowest prices always guaranteed, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying those tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code word LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code, spell out LOCKON NFL for $20 off. That's Locked On NFL. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. Welcome back to the fastest 30 minutes in all of sports. It's your boy G. Bush. We're going to do a little overtime. The Browns getting ready to take on the Dallas Cowboys from Huntington Bank Stadium. I'm still trying to get it locked to this. I'm still trying to figure this out. I don't know what's going on with that. But earlier today, had something for Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com. And there's a lot of people she had on she had the information about Jack Conklin and Jed Wills. We'll talk about that, in the segment coming up. But first, let's get to this. This has made its rounds. I actually mentioned this while we were on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. This has made its rounds throughout Twitter and different places. This is Nick Carnes, someone on Twitter who's definitely into the Browns and everything. Deshaun Watson posted this while we were on our show on Instagram. It says, rest in peace, Pop. So this has been floating around the internet, and it looks like Deshaun Watson has lost his father. I'm not sure whether that's his real father or someone that he calls Pops, someone that could be close to him, like his uncle, a friend. But obviously, it's somebody that was very close to Deshaun Watson. And condolences to Deshaun Watson. I know it's always difficult, especially given the fact that, right now, it's a very pivotal game. And I know Deshaun's really excited for this game, and he was excited to get out there and to really get this season going. This is always something that, it can hit you. And when you lose someone, you don't know how you react. But I've always thought that, one of the best places that people often are sometimes when they do lose someone is on the field, right? Because on the field, for that 40 minutes or for how long you're on the field, the 2 hours, 3 hours, how long you're on the court to field the baseball diamond, you always are able to concentrate and be around your brothers, be around the people that you love, and be around your teammates. And they give you so much energy and effort. And like I said earlier today, when I mentioned this on the show, is like, sometimes, man, it's not about, simply just Deshaun Watson. It's the fact that, there's people in that locker room that are riding for him. Go look at the way David Njoku talks about the Cleveland Browns and how he don't take no slander for the Cleveland Browns. You don't think David Njoku wants to go out there and have a great day and catch the football and block his tail off for Deshaun Watson and the team? You don't think Joe Bitonio is a guy that's getting up there in age that, has put a lot of pain, blood, sweat, and tears on the field? You don't think he want to go out there and do that, right? It's a lot of people. You don't think Amari Cooper want to come out here and have a game of his life against a team that let him go, that felt like he couldn't do nothing? All those things are true. So, I think when you lose somebody, you're going through adversity, sometimes the best place to be is in the huddle, trying to fight for a win, trying to fight for a common goal. And I think a lot of times, sometimes the best place that you can be in life is around those individuals to get your mind off of it. But, my thoughts and prayers go out to Deshaun Watson, his family, all those involved. And hopefully Deshaun can get back onto the football field and put it behind him, and for a couple of hours at least forget about some of the stuff that happens in real life that everybody really truly goes through. Let's get back to a little bit here. I asked for you guys to give me what you guys think is going to be the key to this football game. How do you think the football game is going to go? I'll give you mine first. I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I think the Cleveland Browns, they need to have a team win, right? And so often we've been talking about it from a perspective of what is Deshaun going to do? What is Nick Chubb? Is he going to play? Is Kevin Stefanski calling the plays? I think the Cleveland Browns need to all get in the huddle and join hands and say, listen, we need to win this game together. And what does that entail? What does that look like on the field? It's complementary football. There's going to be times where Deshaun Watson is going to have to get him in the right plays. Deshaun Watson is going to have to extend some plays. But at the same time, Jerome Ford is going to have to be a big part of the run game. I think they're going to have to consistently hand the ball off. You don't have to have big chunk plays, but you got to be married to the idea that you can run the football. That's going to slow down Michael Parsons. It's going to slow down DeMarcus Lawrence. And I think Deshaun is going to have to hit a couple of plays. And what did I mean by that? If we've all watched the game with Zay Flowers and in the Baltimore Ravens and the Chiefs the other day, that game came down to a game of inches. One toe was out of bounds in the last throw, and the Baltimore Ravens lost that football game. However, the throw before was the pivotal one. Wide open in the back of the end zone, Lamar Jackson sailed it over Zay Flowers' head. I think that the Cleveland Browns are going to have 3 to 4 opportunities in this game. It always boils down to this. You're going to have 3 to 4 opportunities in which you could push the ball downfield, or guys are going to be open, or you're going to have a chance to make the play, and you got to make it. If you can make those 3 to 4 plays, you can now help your other teammates make plays. Myles Garrett, now he's going to have an opportunity to rush the passer. You're going to get guys, and when you're rushing the passer, you want to be able to get them in second and long, third and long to rush the passer and get home. I think you got a gang tackle, and I think the Cleveland Browns have to be the Cleveland Browns at home. I think the fan base has to do their part. This is a huge game. I need it rocking and rolling downtown. I need it rocking and rolling. We need to have that place turned out. We need to be loud on third downs. We need to be banging cans. We need to be doing all of that and making sure that we got that home field advantage. I think those are 3 to 4 big time keys, just small things that the Cleveland Browns need to do in order to get where they need to be going. Let's see. Let me see. We got a couple. Hey, Wood Dog 56 says, G Bush, I want to be in your little text chat on Sunday. I want to hear all the trash talk, man. Listen, it's gonna be deadly in the chat. It's gonna be deadly in the chat, bro. And especially, hey, if you have not followed me on Twitter, during the games, you think I'm the Duke of Knee Jerk now? Guess what? We be doing extra over there. We be getting it done. Let's see. Let's get a couple more. G. Bush looking like a pimp from New Jack City in 1988. He'd be like, hey, man, I'll see you Sunday, man. Who in the world will be our 2 tackles this week? Hudson and that's another one. We're going to get to that. I asked myself, can we run the ball? And I say no. Do I trust Washington air out enough points to win? No. I think they got us in this matchup. Now, look, here's the thing about, do you trust Deshaun to throw the football, or do you trust to air it out? Here's what I trust. I trust the fact that they're starting a rookie corner. I trust the fact that they're starting a rookie tackle. 2 rookie tackles, to be truthful. I trust the fact that Deron Bland is no longer playing for them, who's out. I trust the fact that their top corner is Travion Diggs. Is he coming off ACL surgery? So, the Dallas Cowboys have a lot of warts. The Dallas Cowboys don't have a run game. They got Zeke Elliott, and if this was 2014, Zeke, we'd be in trouble, but not so much now. I don't like their D tackle play. I don't think they have any dynamic linebackers. So now I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, you got Brandon Cooks. Cool. But I'm not going to let CD Lamb beat me, right? My goal is to not let CD Lamb get loose. And we got 3 good corners. Again, I think the Cleveland Browns have multiple places that they are better have a matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, and especially at being home. Now, is it going to be an easy game? No, it's not going to be an easy game. CT Cement says, I loved your outfit today. No glaze, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you as always, my man. See, listen, sometimes I'm tongue in cheek with you guys, man. I just be over here doing my thing. I'm trying to elevate the game a little bit. I want y'all to see what I'm wearing. They'll be like, what the heck G. Bush wearing today? That's part of the entertainment, right? And a lot of y'all cats, y'all wish y'all can get this off. I see you. You wish you could. See, you can't do it like I do it. You wish you could do it. Your girl be looking at you like, babe, that's not it. Babe, that's not it. Mac, man, you the best, G. Go Dogs, man. I appreciate you, man. By the way, man, we done broke a record for super chats. Don't nobody get no super chats like this. These is the real fans in here. We don't even be counting super chats no more. That's what I'm talking about. We showing up and showing out, man. 146, hit that like button. Stop playing. Let's see. Captain America's Bleed says, I changed my mind again after hearing Watson's dad pass away. Browns 50 ball, Dallas 17. The Dukes of Knee-Jerks, my court of gestures. We will change it up in a heartbeat, man. We'll change it up in a heartbeat, man. Hey, coming up here, we got our last segment ready to go. I think I do this on my old channel, right? I do this for my old channel. I think I'm gonna bring it to this channel because I think we need the pep rally ready to go, man. So when we come back, man, I'm going to give out the information on Jed Wills, Conklin, and all that good stuff. But we're going to do our shout-out segment. We're going to give our shout-out segment. Where you calling from? Where you in the chat from? And we're going to shout you out here on the show to end the show to get them vibes going. We'll come back and do that coming up next right here on the Ultimate Browns. Don't forget, we still got you covered everywhere you go, man. Ultimate Guardians, man. Make sure you check it out. Zach Miles or Adam the Bull every single week here. You want to keep that lock, especially when it comes down to the playoff time, pennant races. Keep you in ready to go with everything's going on with the Guardians. Basketball season never stops either. Ultimate Cavaliers, Cav just signed Tristan Thompson back. They really ran it back. All the above, all of them. Mikey McNuggets, my man Jason Lloyd as well, man. Earl the Pearl is back, man. Earl is back. He was on vacation. He got PTO. Earl told me to tell y'all, stop counting his PTO. That man got PTO now. He can leave. Ultimate 216, man. Mix of sports and culture. Make sure you do that. And you already know what it is, man. The most electrifying, the most solidified, the Duke of New Jerk, the general, the captain, El Capitan of the Kool-Aid Mafia, G. Bush, Ultimate Browns, every single Tuesday and Friday right over here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show YouTube channel. Make sure you check those out. Make sure you subscribe so you know when all of us are dropping all of this content. And we back at it. We back at it. One segment to go. We're getting you guys ready and fired up. Hope you guys enjoying the pep rally over here on the Ultimate Browns. We got the Cowboys coming up on Sunday. Let's get some little news and notes ready for you. Jed Wills, he came out and said he was not playing out the other day. And if you listen to me, I told you that early. I don't think Jed Wills was going to play because he's not in shape. He hasn't practiced. You can't just put that man out there with Micah Parsons and just get dog walking like that. Come on. He got to be in some sort of shape. This is from, let's see, Mary Kay Cabot. She put this out. Let's see. Jed Wills ruled out Jack Conklin questionable for the Cowboys game. So we heard somebody in the chat ask that question earlier. What y'all plan on doing? They're going to be doing a whole lot of what you're seeing right now in that picture. A whole lot of David Njoku helping on whoever at left tackle. I hope this is a situation where Jack Conklin, they're just trying to get them to prepare for 2 tackles and they don't know what to prepare for because Jack Conklin could play. I hope they're this is some gamemanship. But I'm gonna tell you what, boys and girls. I done did a lot of preaching. I done did a lot of pep rallying. But let's not get it twisted. When you're talking about Jack Conklin not being able to play, and you got James Hudson over there, that's a different ball game. We're in trouble. They're gonna have to really do some stuff then, because by the way, if you have not seen it last game, or when we looked at the game last night with the Chiefs and the Ravens, the NFL is on one when it comes to these offensive linemen. I think the Ravens had 19 penalties for lining up in the backfield. And Kevin Stefanski had to go to his team because guess what? The Browns, in their inter-squad scrimmages and practices, multiple referees came up to the Cleveland Browns coaches and the players saying, hey, listen, guys, y'all better scoot up because you lined up in the backfield. And you know when you got DeMarcus Lawrence and when you know you got Micah Parsons, the tackles are going to want to set deep and get a little bit of advantage. They're not having it, guys. Don't have no plays called back because you lined up in the backfield. That's a thing. So I hope that James Hudson does not have to see the field. I hope Jack Conklin is available to play. But some tells me in this game, you're going to see both of them. It ain't just going to be one or another. You're going to see both of them at some point in time with Jed, or not Jed Wills, but Jack Conklin and James Hudson. Because I think, I don't think they have a situation where you're going to be able to one of those guys is going to play the whole entire game. That's why I think it's so pivotal that you got to run the football. You got to run screens. You got to slow them down some way. You just have to. Got to do it. Got to do it. So, with that being said, let's do something, man. I do this on my other channel on the barbershop when we do our post game shows. Matter of fact, make sure you're catching us live on the 2-minute warning post-game show, the best post-game show. We break streaming records. We go at the 2-minute warning. You get live reaction. Myself, Mikey McNuggets, and Earl the Pearl. We're going to be on there as we always do. Make sure you check us out, subscribe. It is the place to be. We will be ready to go with you with the post-game show every single week. Anytime Browns go on, we on. So make sure you guys check that out as well. And then I do my barbershop thing over at the barbershop. I do another post-game. So your boy be working, man. Your boy, listen, it costs a lot of money to get these hats. These funny hats cost a lot of money. So I got to keep working, man. So what we do on my other channel on the barbershop, we like to shout out, especially on game days. We want to shout out where you calling from. We want to give you an opportunity to shout out where you going. We're gonna put it on the screen and where you check it in from. As always, I'm gonna start it off, man. You know what it is. Kool-Aid Mafia, General G. Bush, representing the 216, representing the 440, born and raised in the 330, Stark County stand-up, Camp McKinley Bulldogs. Where you at, man? Listen, let's keep it going. Oh, hold on. Huh? G. Bush keeping it. Don't play with me. Shout out to you for a super chat, man. You guys are always great with the super chat. Where we at? Harry. Salamanca, New York. Go Browns. I don't know where Salamanca is at. Where is that at? Is it somewhere close? Salamanca? Yeah. I don't know where that's at. Shout out to you, man. Where we at? Anybody else? Where we at? Don't be shy. Come on. Hurry up. What we doing? Hold on, we Captain America. Hold on, let me get down. Hold on. Dang, it's a lot of people here, man. CTG Cement, Trenton, New Jersey, representing, man. 818, man. 818, living in Sydney, Australia. What's good with you? I see you, man. Hey, man, Cash Money Morgan, repping C-Bus. Shout out to Morgan. Go Browns. San Antonio, Texas, via C-Town. What's up, Lakeith? Man, I see you out here, man. I see y'all out here. Seneca Allegheny Casino. Yes, sir. William Wise, you already know. You stay representing 216. You in here already. Marshall, man, what's up? Los Angeles, Cleveland in full effect. I was just out in San Diego. Shout out to the West Coast, man. Y'all be doing the big out there. Weather is beautiful. Keep safe out there. Hey, Quad Cities, Illinois, man. What's going on? We out there, man. We in Big Sky country. Big Sky, Montana. Hey, Karen Phillips, hey, Right down the street, Youngstown, Ohio. Browns forever. We got a couple more seconds here. If you want to get your shout out in, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna get ready to get this thing going for the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. Make sure you find out. We right back here, same place, same time. Make sure you get that in one more time. San Antonio, Texas. We deep in San Antonio. Let me find out that the Riverwalk down there got some Browns fans. Michael Wheatley, we appreciate you as well. Only thing more beautiful is the weather is the ladies. Hey, listen, shout out to the ladies in California too. Shout out to the ladies, man. We got to, man. Frankfort, Kentucky in the building. 502 is in here. Clearwater, Florida is in the building. Shout out to you guys as well out there in Clearwater, Florida, man. And listen, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Cleveland Browns, let's get it going. We ready to go. Make sure you check us out post-game show. I got the Browns. The Browns come through with a win. I got them. I forget what I said what the score was the last time. I'm like y'all, Duke and Jerk. I just changed it up. I got the Browns winning this 24-16. 24-16. Jerome Ford scores a touchdown. Deshaun Watson throws another 2 touchdowns, and the Browns win 24-16 at home. Be ready to go because we back here. Same place, same time for the post-game show. And make sure if you're in Cleveland, listen to me on the radio. We ready to go. 9-1 right there on 92.3 The Fan. Your boy G. Bush and Earl the Pearl will be on, ready to go. With that being said, you never know where G. Bush is going to be. I could be on the radio, television, and the internet. But if you want the fresh cut on sports, if you want the fresh take on sports, you always know where to go. It's right here in the barbershop. I keep the clippers on me. Listen to them. Have a great rest of your weekend. And let's get this win. Go Browns.